The supply chain in Uganda is very complex, with over 1,000 middlemen. So how can we truly map this supply chain? The journey of traceability begins right with the farmer. After harvesting his cherries, he then spreads them out in the sun on a tarpaulin to dry. And once fully dried, these sun-dried cherries are locally known as kiboko. The farmer sells his kiboko to Boda collectors who travel through the villages purchasing coffee from many different households. Each farmer gets a receipt from the Boda collector that records his name, the quantity of kiboko sold, and the date of the transaction. This is the first layer of traceability. A farmer should never part with his kiboko without receiving a receipt. The Boda collector then sells this coffee to a warehouse collector or an aggregator. He hands over all his receipts. The warehouse collector merges all these receipts and drafts a consolidated list showing all farmers who contributed to the batch. Just as in the previous process, every move is documented. No coffee moves without a paper trail. From the warehouse collector, large volumes of coffee are loaded into trucks and are delivered to a primary processing factory, where the kiboko is processed into FAQ. Several batches of FAQ are moved into the factory's warehouse, waiting for a local trader to purchase the coffee. This trader, when buying from a primary processing factory or directly from large farmers, must ensure that a consolidated list of farmers covering all the quantities of FAQ he acquired is documented. The semi-processed coffee purchased by the trader is then transported to his client, the coffee exporter. Here it is cleaned, graded, and packed into export jute bags. The documentation carried by the trader, which he received from the primary processing factory, is handed over to the exporter and entered into his traceability system. Subsequently, the exporter submits all data to Plutus, who analyzes it, checks the farmer list, and obtains a due diligence verification from the Mitra. When farmers are cleared from deforestation, Plutus issues the traceability report. The entire supply chain is now completely documented. The exporter can load his export container and send it off to his European buyer, knowing that he is entirely EUDR compliant.